Hey y'all, welcome to my YouTube channel. This channel used to be called Cruise With Me TV. That is dead. It is now that black guy from the cruise. And I did that so this could be more in line with my other YouTube channel, which is called That Black Guy with a Drone, in which I do vintage lens reviews. I review cameras, create videos and things like that, kind of like an artistic kind of thing. And on that, I actually have, it actually reflects more my personality than what Cruise With Me TV did. And so I was really struggling to just be consistent with Cruise With Me TV. So I figured if I come over to this format and put this as a part of the Black Guy series, it would be just a lot easier for me to make content consistently because it would be more in line with my personality. That said, yes, let's get to it. Today, we're going to be talking about one of the things that I really absolutely enjoy doing, reading cruise ship reviews. Funny thing is, I don't like reading the good ones. As soon as I go to a page and I see a crew review, I'm always looking for the 1-star because most of the time they are the more compelling read than the 5-star, 4-star glowing review, whatever. This one on consumeraffairs.com, and this is from Jack of Southend on Sea, comma other. No, yeah, that's it. Jack of Southend on Sea, comma other. Now, Jack is a verified reviewer, whatever that means, and this is an original review, other than I guess an unoriginal one, and it was done on January 8th, 2020. Now, one of the things that I noticed right off the bat on this one is Jack doesn't say when he cruised, he doesn't say what ship he cruised, and he doesn't know how long he's been cruising, if this is his first cruise, second cruise, whatever. So that would be helpful information, Jack. So Jack, if you're listening, next time you write a review, put some of that information in so I can like see where you're coming from at least. But anyway, reading this review, Jack, you sound like you got problems. But anyway, that's just me. All right, so Jack in his review, he did bullet points. Now, most of the reviews I read is just people, they're really upset probably. They're just typing, just line after line after line. It's like just throwing up all the bad information that, that they experience, but not Jack. Jack does bullet points. He does, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 bullet points. Jack. 11 bullet points. All right, I'm not going to go through all of these, but I'm just going to try and pick out some what I think are just like absolutely crazy. All right, here's one. And you're going to see why I actually like reading the bad reviews because, all right, Jack goes, all right, here's one. It was like, inadequate security arrangements allowing me to access the bridge to protest to the ship's second in command. Now, in brackets, he puts, I could have been a terrorist. Come on. Wait. I forget the terrorist comment. He went to the bridge to complain to the second in command. Come on, Jack. Now, for those of us who cruise, we know that there's just people walking around that if you had a problem, you could talk to them about the problem. You could complain to them about the problem, other than going out and seeking the second in command. What the hell is so bad on the ship that you have to see the second in command? I mean, other than the ship sinking or a mass murderer, I just don't know what is so important that you would have to go see the second in command. Now, what goes through my mind is, okay, so in Jack's mind, there must be this kind of hierarchy of like bad shit. So at this level, I need to go see a manager. At this level, I need to go see the second in command. But at this level, I need to go see the captain of the ship, the first in command. So whatever it was that was bothering Jack from Southend, or Jack of Southend, comma other, it was serious enough to go see the second in command, but not serious enough to go see the captain of the ship. It's like I could have been a terrorist. Really, Jack? Really? All right, so yeah, just bypass everybody else and just go straight to the second command. Let's see what, oh, check this out. Gangs of teenagers intimidating passengers. Oh yeah, he wrote this. I'm reading it. Gangs, with an S, of teenagers, with an S, intimidating passengers, with an S. Now, I don't know what cruise ship Jack is on, but I've been on a lot of cruises. And one thing I do know is that cruise ships have security. They have clothed security that you can absolutely see. I mean, that you can actually see they are security. And they have undercover security. On top of that, they have cameras everywhere. So, Jack, you want me to believe that there's these gangs, you know, Bloods and the Crips, are on the cruise ships and they're intimidating passengers. What? They're like, give me your room card, buy me this, buy me some alcohol, get out of this chair I was sitting. What the hell are you talking about intimidating passengers? And Jack, why didn't you do something? Huh? Why didn't you call security? Why didn't you be a man and jump in and stop this intimidation? Come on, really? Really? You really want me to believe that the cruise ship is looking on the camera and seeing these roving gangs of teenagers running around, you know, I don't know, intimidating passengers? Maybe that's why he went to go see the second in command. You know, it was like, you know, hey, there's these street gangs on the ship, and, you know, I know about gangs, and they're intimidating passengers. And it's really funny that he didn't say gang. You know, see, and I can understand that if he said, like, you know, hey, look, there's a group of teenagers, they're going around and they're being, you know, little shits. That's not what he said. He said there are gangs, which means that there are more than one. So there's more than one group of kids going around. So there's more than one group of kids going around terrorizing people. Whatever. All right. Hey, look at this one. Inadequate risk management for norovirus. Inadequate risk management for norovirus. Who the hell talks like that? I mean, when you read a review, it's like, you know what? They didn't have enough hand washing stations, or I saw people coughing over the buffet, or I didn't notice that the crew used gloves on their hands when they were handling the food. I got it. But inadequate risk management, what the hell does that mean, Jack? I mean, do you work for the CDC? Are you like a health inspector? I mean, what criteria are you using to determine that whatever the ship was doing is inadequate? You know, please let us know. So you're asking us just to take on faith that you, Jack, who put everything in bullet points, who needed to go see the second in command, who noticed the roving gangs around the ship, that we just need to take it from you and your expertise that whatever they were doing to mitigate the risk for the norovirus was inadequate. Here's a royal idea, Jack. Wash your hands. Yeah, wash your hands. All right. Goodness gracious, inadequate risk management for norovirus. Yeah, I can see this guy on a cruise ship. I mean, these are the kind of people that when you go cruising, it's just like, why didn't you just stay home? You're miserable. You're making everybody else miserable. Jack of South End. All right, here's oh goodness, look at this. Exposure to alcohol, smoking, and gambling to minors. Only access to ships' decks through casino for all guests. What kind of ship is this guy on? Okay, let's just break this down. Exposure to alcohol, smoking, and gambling to minors. I don't know what the hell that means, Jack. Do you mean that there were minors who were drinking, smoking, and gambling? Because if that's the case, What were the parents doing? I mean, that's something that's done in plain view of everyone. So I just can't imagine that there's like a 12-year-old, at the crab table playing slot machines. Now, maybe on your cruise, I don't know what cruise ship this is, but, or so was your problem that kids or minors saw people drinking, saw people smoking, and saw people gambling? In that case, I'm like, what are you, a pastor, somebody's spiritual advisor? Jack sounds uptight to me. But this one, this is when you know that people who write these reviews, they got an axe to grind and just miserable people. Jack goes, only access to ship decks through casino for all guests. So I don't know what cruise ship only has one staircase. No elevator, just one staircase. Because if you take his statement on face value, what he's saying is that to get to any deck on the ship, you had to go through the casino. That means there's no elevators or stairs after the ship, no elevators or stairs at the front of the ship. There's only one staircase. And to get to those decks, you got to go through the casino. No elevator. Come on, Jack. Really? I mean, really? That's why I like reading these reviews, because you could just tell some of these people are just full of shit. And Jack's a jackass. I mean, but that's just me. All right. No, look at this. Poor standard of meals. How many times have we heard that? This was a fast food cruise. Burgers, pizza, fries were far better than food served in restaurants. So we ate mainly salads. When asked if food was washed with fresh water, we received no answers. Holy shit. Did I just read that right? When asked if the food was washed with fresh water, we received no answers. Jack, you're killing me. Okay, look. Not only did Jack take it upon himself to seek out the second command on the bridge, not only did Jack document gangs of roving teenagers, not only did Jack find out that the ship had only one staircase and everybody had to go through the casino to get to any deck, Jack now, oh my God. Jack decides to go up to somebody. He got nothing else to do. It's like, excuse me, is this food washed with fresh water? Jack, what the hell do you think they're gonna say, man? No, we washed it in salt water. No, we washed it in the water from the bathrooms. What the? Oh my goodness. See, people, everybody shouldn't be on a cruise ship. There should be some kind of vetting of passengers, because this dude, I mean, Jack is on fire. Jack of South End on sea, other. Do me a favor, please contact me and tell me when you're going on your next cruise. That way I will not be on the cruise ship with you. I mean, I don't know what's worse, the fact that he asked that question, or the fact that he felt that he should put it in a bullet point as taking away from detracting from the cruise experience, because no one gave him an answer to an idiotic, stupid ass question. I mean, that has to be when asked if the food was washed with fresh water, we received no answers. Oh my goodness. Hey, look, and check this out. Here's another thing. This is why you know what people are just have an axe to grind and they're just going to put anything on here. He goes, it was a poor standard of meals. Okay. This was a fast food cruise. And he was saying that the burgers, fries, and the pizza were better food than food served in the restaurant. So that means, first of all, if he's saying that, that means he's ate the burgers, fries, and then he's eating in the restaurants, and then he's comparing them, and he's saying the burger and the fries are better than the food in the restaurant. Got it? But then he goes, we ate mainly salads. So, Jack, how do you know then that the fast food, the burgers, fries, and the pizza were better than the quality of food in the restaurant? Since if you ate mainly salads, there might have been 6 other days and the food in the restaurant was on point. Maybe the day you went to eat at the restaurant, maybe your taste buds weren't functioning well. Maybe the meal just wasn't good that day. But maybe the other days, the meals were fantastic and outstanding. See what the people do here? See, people like Jack, he has a bad experience and then he just extrapolates it and says that that is the entirety of his experience. That's what a lot of people do. So Jack sees one group of teenagers going around and being butts, and then he just goes gangs of teenagers going around intimidating passengers, which the implication is the way he wrote it is that this was an ongoing, continuous thing that no one on the ship did anything about, which necessitated him having to go up to the bridge to see the second in command. And then he was miffed that he got up there and he could have been a terrorist. When asked if the food was washed with fresh water, he received no answers. I was gonna, whatever. All right. Smoking on balconies. Ship stated controls not enforced even after complaints. Smokers on balconies were informed who had complained, so verbal abuse was aimed at us. All right. This one, I'm just gonna unpack this one real quick. I'm going to the last thing that he said. Verbal abuse was aimed at us. Can you imagine whoever that us means? Can you imagine being on a cruise with Jack? I mean, come on. Who in the hell would go on a cruise with Jack? I mean, look at this. Like, look, there's so much to do on a cruise, Jack. We can go to shows, man. We can go to the bar. We can go hang out at the pool. Nah. I'm going up to the bridge. I got to speak to the second in command. No, I gotta go ask somebody, is this food washed with fresh water? No, I gotta follow these kids, these gangs around, because I think they're intimidating passengers. Well, not only is Jack just getting into everybody's business and not enjoying himself, he sees people smoking on the balconies, which is a legitimate concern. I have no problems with that. And then he goes reports it. I have no problems with that either. But then Jack makes the leap of all leaps that just destroys his credibility. He goes, the smokers on the balconies were informed who had complained. So basically what he's saying is that when the cruise ship people went to tell the people to stop smoking and you can't smoke, they said, hey, listen, man, Jack in cabin 555 said that you all were smoking. You need to knock it off. Really, Jack? How did you know that, Jack? I mean, were you standing there when the crew or staff member from the cruise ship went to the people's room and told them to stop smoking? Were you there, Jack? My guess is you weren't. And if verbal abuse was hurled at you, I guess then that they told you, yeah, man, they told us that you're the one who complained, you asshole. Now, if they told you that, how do you know it's true? Couldn't they have just been lying to you to get a rise out of you? Or could they have just figured it out because you probably, before you went to tell the staff that they were smoking, you probably said, hey man, stop smoking. You know, you're violating every code of the sea. You know, you're violating the rules of this boat. And don't think I won't go and say something because earlier I had to go up to the bridge to see the second in command. Then it's easy to put two and two together. Then they hurl verbal abuse at us. Oh God. You know what, Jack? I'm just gonna go out on a limb here, but cruising might not be for you. All right, last one, because Jack, you're driving me to drink, Jack. You're driving me to drink, because that's good. Jack. All right, this one is up there with When asked if the food was washed with fresh water, received no answers, man. Jack's on a tear. Inadequate emergency and evacuation procedures. No safety evacuation drill provided. I have written to Lloyd's Register and Port Canaveral Authority to complain. What the heck? Jack! Jack! Okay, hold on. Let's just take everything in context. Something very bad happened on the ship that necessitated Jack having to go to the bridge to see the second in command to protest. Maybe it was the gang kids running around on the ship. Maybe it was the smokers on the balcony, or maybe it was the fact that no one answered his question when he asked if the food was washed with fresh water. But no, that ain't enough. Jack feels that the emergency evacuation procedures were inadequate. Again, Jack is a specialist. He's a risk management specialist because he already said that there were inadequate risk management for norovirus. Not only that, he is a person who knows the standards of ships because he put on here, one of the things he put on here, oh yes, ship stated controls not enforced even after complaints. So now he knows the stated controls of the ship. Not only that, Jack is now saying that he's on a cruise and the emergency procedures are inadequate. Okay, this is Jack, all right? See, I'm just gonna have to do this. Here's Jack. Jack sitting on a cruise. It's like, okay, emergency procedures. Oh, that presentation sucked. Check. Oh, uh-oh, they didn't give us a show and tell. Check. Uh-oh, they didn't mention, whoa, you were supposed to mention. Check. Jack gets home, pulls out his pencil, pulls out a yellow piece of paper, legal paper probably, and he writes Lloyd's Register, a strongly worded letter, and Port Canaveral, a strongly worded letter. Jack, you know what that means? Not only is Jack a jackass on the ship, he's a jackass at home, which makes me feel for his wife, his kids, or whoever. Jack of South End on Sea, comma, other. If you're watching this video, please, whenever you're getting ready to go on another cruise, hopefully never, please drop me a comment telling me when and what ship you're going on so I can be sure not to be on that ship. And so here are two things that are really funny. Jack gives the cruise, after all of this, he still gives it 1 star, which doesn't sound like a 1-star trip to me. Jack, why didn't you just go, you know what? Up here, I put a 1 star because that was all that they would let me put. But really, this cruise deserved 0 stars. Nah, that's not Jack. Jack, he can't be specific like that. Although he can go and he can tell you that they weren't following some risk management protocol that he probably thought up. You know, that they weren't following the adequate emergency and evacuation procedures that he just knew off the top of his head. That the ship wasn't enforcing their stated controls, which he memorized. Now, you know, it's like, Jack. So you see why I like reading these bad reviews, because for those of us who have cruised, we kind of understand what goes on a cruise ship. And so it becomes a little bit easier for us to distinguish between the legitimate reviews and the illegitimate reviews. And this one, absolutely illegitimate. Jack of the South End on Sea, comma, other is nothing but a jackass. Yeah, I said it for you. It's a jackass. Because most of this stuff is just absolutely ridiculous. And he probably made the cruise miserable for whoever he was with, probably for people at his dinner table, because he's probably like, you know, at the dinner table, oh, how was your day at the cruise? Did you go into port? No, I was up there at the bridge talking to the second in command. And did you know that if I was a terrorist, I would have been able to get up on the bridge? Oh, yeah, okay, that's cool. But what do you think about the upside down cake? Oh man, you know what? Today I asked someone if the food was washed in fresh water, and I didn't get an answer. You know what? Can we sit at another table, please? I mean, come on, Jack. Ah, Jack. All right. Whatever you do and however you do it, please celebrate life, because this is not what Jack is doing. Jack is not celebrating life. I mean, I want you to celebrate life. And yeah, please come back and join me. I know you don't remember my name, but again, I'm going to tell you for this last time, I am that black guy from the cruise.